Nice little barn action here. So it seems like the, and this makes sense, right? It seems like the orbs that we pick up here are heavily weighted towards whatever our affinity magic is, for lack of a better term. Picked up Prime Tephromantic Greaves. What a name. Exceptionally curious to see what those end up being. Oh, sorry, what was that? Oh, hey. I needed to heal. Not gonna lie. The man stands gazing at the sky, head craned as far as it can go. You look up as well, taking in the sight of Ort's many moons arranged in their familiar pattern. What are you looking at? I'm looking at the moons, he says dreamily. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wander on one of them? Every footprint, the first ever. You stand in silence for a while, both dreaming about what it would be like to wander on one of the moons. Suddenly, one of the minor moons erupts in a silent explosion of black and purple. The man gasps in astonishment. I gasp in astonishment. You just killed one of our moons. Whoa. This is really happening. That's crazy. Okay. The sky is streaked with bright balls of flame. Long tails of thick smoke trailing behind them. One by one, they strike the ground all over Ort. You both duck for cover as the last one crashes nearby. The man gets up excitedly. Did you see where it landed? If you find it, bring it to me. Oh man, are you serious? Stargazer is the quest that has begun. I met a stargazer near the chroniclery and witnessed one of Ort's moons shattering. The fragments of the moon struck all around the world. The man asked me to bring him back moon fragments in return for a reward. Fair enough. Nice little fetch quest. But an ongoing one as well. I really do appreciate all these people not caring about me, coming into their homes and destroying all their boxes and pottery. They've been swell about it, to be honest. Alright, also, yes, we do have 10 mind crystals. So we're gonna go back to the library and get that chest. But also, this has me wondering, time moves forward whenever we walk or anything like that, but also just like, you know, we can move time forward even when we're standing still. Is time moving forward what's causing the holes in the ground? Like if we just stood in one spot and just held down the space key for a few hours, would eventually the world disappear because time has moved forward? Is that on a timer, I guess is my question, where we're gonna start running out of space to walk eventually, depending on how long our journey goes? Or is it more just like an aesthetic thing showing us that the world is crumbling as we go? I'm happy with both answers, just curious. And excited to find out. But before we get there, let's go get some treasure. In the secret room. Here we are again. Hey. Oh, look at that experience. Also a sweet cloak. Cloak of the Ranger. All right. All right. We are definitely going to go back to... Oh, right. Hey, old mother. Now we finally get to choose. Okay, so this one is probably like a healing spell, right? Blast of Magic, which grips the soul. A Sayaluma grows hot, scalding the target with a magical burn. Yeah. So it depends on who. So this is really interesting, and this is something that I did know before going into the game. Depending on which affinity we have currently, I'm assuming we'll be able to get all three of them eventually through finding the other tiers, probably. But currently, you know, we're stuck with Shal Malak, right? The Shadow. So any spell that we get is going to have the flavor of the shadow magic that's used, right? So, you know, if we had chosen life, it would have been a scalding the target with a magical burn. If we had chosen mind, I would have injected terror, which causes them to flee in fear, which is cool. Since we chose shadow, this spell would bind them in eternal bonds, causing them to rise as skeletons once defeated. Oh, sick. All right, big fan of that. Always a fan of necromancy. But let's go check out this one first. The incantations infect the mind itself. For us, initially, it's going to be a drip of poison, making the target spread a contrived but deadly plague. Ah, cool. So this one would, you know, if we poison somebody, they can pass it on to, you know, their peers. Cool. If we had chosen life, it would have made them move slowly. If we had chosen mind, it would have coaxed the subject to fight its own allies. Cool. And last but not least, the magic enchantments are intended to strike the body, gripping it to various effects. For us, currently with the shadow, it charges it with energy, causing the target to erupt violently upon death. So it's sort of like a... I wonder if that hurts us as well. It probably does, I would imagine. Cool. If we had chosen life, it would bring forth otherworldly leeches to sap the strength and transfer it. Oh. If we had chosen mind, it would put the target to an artificial slumber. Cool. So, corpse bomb, spreading of poison damage and plague, or raise an army of dead. For now, we're gonna go with raise an army of dead. Oh, sweet. Whoa. Cool. Huh. Okay. Let's open up our map. Let's go back to our fate shard. And let's take a look at what we got. So we can only have one ring at a time. So we can either have plus 14% status effects length, which I assume goes both ways, us and the monsters. Or monster's vision is reduced by 12%. Ooh. Kind of like that. Let's go with that. Our Greaves, the Prime Tephromantic Greaves. Spellcasting rate is lowered by 3%. Bolt spell cost increased by 10%. So it's going to cost us more to cast our this one. The not servitude, the Shadow Bolt. So it's going to cost us more, right? 10%. So it's going to probably bump it up to 9, at least initially. But we'll be able to cast it a lot quicker. Well, not a lot quicker, but 3% quicker. It doesn't give us anything else, though, so I'd rather not for now. What about, oops, okay. Cloak of the Ranger. Trap spell cost reduced by 20%. Familiar spell cost reduced by 10%. Monster vision reduced by 25%. Okay. I don't think we have the trap spell or familiar spell. But I like the fact that the monster's vision is reduced by 25%, because overall it makes it reduced by 37%. And it says familiar spell cost reduced by 10%. Does that mean that a servitude is a familiar, technically? No, because it's not reduced by 10%. Huh. Interesting. Well, I don't really want this because I think it's not going to be super helpful for us right now. This I want to keep because it probably will come in handy later down the line. This I think I'm going to actually drop and get some experience for instead. And we're going to leave the defense for now because we don't know. We might need defense later on. We'll see. Oh, whoops. Yeah, see, it bumped it up to 9. Let's not. I don't think I'm ever going to want that. We're going to leave it for see how this experience thing goes. Here's our experience. Destroyed, reloading with 40 experience as it evaporates. Okay. Cool. Now I'm curious to see if, yeah, see, that was my question. So when we leave a map and come back, that's when things will reset like this. So we have... Oh, both of them. Sick. Okay. Hey, hey, friend. Sweet. Picked up Flawed Hood of Might. Dude, are these dudes just like... Do they... Oh, that was my fault. They're just gonna go around the map and just be like, we're killing everything. Oh, this is amazing. Obviously, they don't have a lot of health, and that's totally cool, but... Okay. That was cool. Okay, okay, I'll take it. Let's go see what this hood does, right? Because I think we have... I don't know if we have a slot for just a hood. I assume once we do this, we'll continue forward because I'm assuming we'll get another spike real soon here. Odd Hood of Might. No. Not in comparison to the monster vision. Like, I want that monster vision down because that's going to be super helpful for us, especially if we're going to be trying to do the whole necromancy thing. Because we're going to have to get up close and personal initially to create the army. So I don't want to get rid of that massive boost in blindness of the enemy right now. Okay. I wonder how close. The moon fragment. Whoa! Hey, pendant. Standard amulet of shimmering. What a name. You know? Can we go in the water? No, we cannot go in the water. That is fair. Okay. Let's go to our sister's place, right? Let's Mausoleum Southwest. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Okay. So not everything reset. The monsters reset, right? But the loot doesn't reset. There used to be a jar here. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Let's go southwest. Well, let's explore the rest of this map first. Oh, okay. Slugworm. It was a maggot. Can I cannot. Nope. Can't read any of those. But I'm wondering, is this the mausoleum then? It is. The man standing in front of you inspires a strong sense of nausea. His skin is untouched by the sun and has a sickening purple tinge. Oof. You spot a couple of large bones protruding from his rucksack. "Greetings," he says with an ingratiating smile. Wow. That's my sister. "Oh, is it now?" He laughs nervously. "Terribly sorry you have to see her like this. Wait a few weeks and she'll look much better." Whoa, buddy. Stay away, right? "Anything?" he hisses menacingly. Maybe? "You do not belong here. There is a place on another plane where bones walk. That is where I wish to be." Oh, I do not belong here. Okay. "I have conducted many experiments, none of them fruitful." Interesting, so he's from a different plane. He grins, and the smile makes you even more uncomfortable than before. "You wouldn't understand." He trails off for a moment. "They are as silent as if they were still mere bones. Their hollow eyes just stare at me. I thought they wouldn't help me, but I was wrong. They can't." Or they can? I don't know. "I need the bones of a royal. That's the key." Oh, I see what you're saying. "They will speak the words to open the door for me. When I get to the other side, I can arrange to bring your sister back. The true king resides there. He has the power." Where can I find the royal bones, my friend? "In the crypts of Castle Mortifax. I went there myself, but the king wouldn't even see me. The day when his tongue rots cannot come soon enough. How old is he anyway?" he ponders. "In any case, Castle Mortifax lies southwest of here." Okay, so we need... Grave crumbles and reveals a hole that leads to a dark cavern underneath the mausoleum. Let's go! So we need to go to the castle to get the royal bones to bring back to this dude so he can go back to his skeleton plane and arrange for her to come back to life. Cool. Cool. Let us give it a shot. after. Okay, these guys seem oh, but they're undead. What? Interesting. Okay, so they just don't ever go away. They don't ever die. That's just how it is. At least for right now. Ooh, that was close. So here's the thing. We may get our first death here. Whoa. I don't have enough. Okay. Wow. Okay. Very close to death. But not dead. Not dead. Okay. Well, that has been Fates of Ort for us tonight on day one so far here with me, Southpaw Gemini, and all of us here on the couch. This is a great game. Huge fan of it so far. Love the music, love the ambient noise, love the dialogue is very unique to each character. They're all very humanized. I appreciate that. The graphics, top notch. Huge fan of pixelated art like this. And the magic system is very unique. I am intrigued by this whole, every spell that we get has its own flavor according to the magic that we're attuned to. I like the fact that we chose Shadow as our guide because it looks like we're going to be going the route of more of the Necromancer to kick things off with, which should be really fun. And I'm a big fan of raising an undead army to fight all of the baddies on the map for us. It should be great. However, as we saw just there in the undead realm itself, it looks like it's going to have our some limited uses, right? We're not going to be able to bring everybody back from the dead as an undead servant for ourselves if they've already been brought back by somebody else. We did make some progress. We found a hidden door in the Chroniclary that allowed us to gain a cool ranger cloak, cool secret item there in exchange for 10 of our mind orbs. And we've found our dead sister's body. We've got a quest going. We got to go find the bones of the royals in order to bring her back. And I also really want to start making some progress however we can on our little gnome buddies ship to see where we can go from there. All right, this is a really fun game. Highly recommend checking it out. It's 10% off as of today, April 1st. The time of this video, back on Steam, at least is where I got it. If you get a chance to check it out, highly recommend it. Otherwise, come on back to the channel next week, Monday through Wednesday, 8:30 to 10:30 Eastern. We'll be hopping back on here to check out more Fates of Ort. I appreciate you stopping by, and tune in next week.